Well, how y'all are this afternoon? This is your buddy George Jones over here at the Bergen Gun Range with my next installment on Hey, Let's Shoot a New Gun. And as my buddy Boomstick says, here we go, guys. So the new gun we're going to shoot today is the cheapest available 22 long rifle semi-automatic rifle in America that's made in America. And that's this. The Model 64 Savage 22 long rifle semi-automatic. Now you're looking at that thing and you're saying, well, where's the bolt? The image is reversed. Nope, it ain't. This is the 64F LH. Left hand. A left-handed semi-automatic rifle. On a semi-automatic rifle, it doesn't make any difference whether it's right-handed or left-handed. Bolt action is where it makes a difference if it's right-handed or left-handed. Okay? But they've come up with this. They've decided to produce this. A left-hand drive semi-automatic 22 rifle. And this, in fact, right now is the cheapest semi-automatic rifle that's made in America that you can buy today. This is, not being able to say the price of guns on YouTube anymore, this is slightly over one finger. As a matter of fact, at regular retail, it would be 1.5 fingers. Now, this particular one, when I opened up the box and found that it had a little Tasco 3x7 variable scope on it. And, you know, it basically looks like a little air gun scope, but it's also like the little scopes that used to come on economy price 22 caliber rifles back in the day. It's been a day of thirst, buddy. So I put it on there last night, and it just, well, tell you the truth, I don't think it's much of a scope. But on the other hand, it may work out just fine. My personal opinion is that people overscope rimfire firearms. I mean, I remember back in the Bragg days, you know, when I was working on guns for people and people would come in with various problems. You know, a guy walked in the door one day and he says, I can't get it to focus in at 15 or 20 yards. Well, he had a nice rifle, if I remember right. It was a Ruger 22 bolt action, you know, bolt action sport rifle. It was an International. It was a nice one. But he had a scope on it that looks like he was trying to shoot chipmunks on the moon. I mean, you know, the lowest power setting was like 8, and it went all the way up to like 32. And then he had a bunch of bobbles and giggles and stuff bolted on it too, and it's pretty stupid. But, you know, a plain old 4-power scope is all you need on a 22. You're not going to be shooting at something 350 yards away, you know. So with that in mind, it's all put together. Let's talk about it. This one's got a polycarbonate fiberglass. It feels like, it kind of puts you in mind of a Bell & Carlson. I don't know. It has, the trigger guard is molded into it. The trigger is very pronounced and large. The trigger guard is a good sized deal, you know, so you can get in there with a gloved finger. The butt plate is Savage marked. It's okay. Metal, Uncle Mike sling swivels, fore and aft. Conventional, you know, sight on it. Conventional front sight. Just a straightforward 22 semi-automatic rifle, nothing fancy. You know, it doesn't take down or doesn't accept 30-round magazines. Or, you know, it's just a gun. Just something to shoot squirrels with. All right, and sink beer cans with. Having said all of that, let's give it a try. I've got a target up at 15 yards, and we're going to put a 10-round magazine of auto match in it. the clip latch, the magazine catch is on the front. It's kind of offsetting to me, but you know. And I bought an extra magazine when I bought the rifle. 10 rounder, you know, they cost like, this is not a gun, so I can tell you how much this costs. This cost $22.80, what this cost me. So I went ahead and bought an extra one anyway. We'll see if we can get it zeroed with Automats, and then we'll try it with some other brands of 22 ammunition and see what kind of results we get there. Let's see, might as well take them scope caps off because you're going to need to. Like I said, this is not, I think they sell this style of scope at Walmart and places like that for somewhere in the neighborhood of $20. It's not a super high end, but it does. Tell you the truth, you squirrel hunting in early years, squirrel hunting, or spring season, you know, you can shoot open sights in the wintertime on squirrels, but in the springtime when things are budded out, you need some kind of glass on that thing to, you know, sort the leaves out from the fur. All right, we'll chunk one up in it. It's all safe. Lay her down across the block here. Get the chest up on the edge of the table so we can, let's see. Oh, this is not very well focused. Let's see if we can focus it a little bit. If we can get a 15-yard focus in on it. No, it ain't helping us going that way. Let's see if we can go the other way. All right, how's this thing work? Focus ring goes forward, and there we go. All right, we get a lens parallax, screw that forward down to the. Actually, that works better than some of them I've seen. Oh, that's way out of whack there. All right, let's draw her down to 3 power. Let's go up to 7 power and see if it'll come into focus. Nope, the power setting does work. Back to 4. Screw her on down some more. Probably screw it down till you run out of adjustment. Yeah, right about right there. Nope. The gun's safe. Back the other way. This may not come into focus at all. This may not work out for us. Let's try to focus on something longer distance. Let's do a little bit better longer distance. Oh, there we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Well, I'm saying that's gonna do us. Like I said, it's very chintzy. And hold down the video trying to get this thing focused in. Okay, now that's a little better. Now let's get some safety glasses back on, because even though this thing ejects to the left, we're gonna all right, here we go. Let's see where we're at. Boy, that's a nice long trigger. Comes up. No way. That's not possible. That's not possible. No way, Jose. That's not possible. There must be a a false image. There's no way that worked. Oh shit, really? I said, get these to focus in. Well, it's on the target dot. Dude, I didn't fool with this gun. Okay, I didn't fool with it. That scope come in the box that the gun came in, and I just slapped it on there. If I'm lying, I'm dying. There is an elongated 22 bullet hole right there. That's 2. That's 1. I fired 3. I've seen that before, you know, but it's kind of rare that you just slap a scope on there and it's right. It's just a lucky thing, that's all. It just happened. I might want to go buy me a scratch off tonight, no kidding. You know, I might need to go buy me a scratch off. It's just, yeah. That's pretty cool. Okay. 3-round 0, scope right out of the box. That's a new one. Actually, it's not. It's happened to me before, but it's been many years. Okay. Okay. Let's shoot it. All right. Little steel Mickey Mouse target at 25 yards. That's a hit. Little narrow bottle target at 25 yards. That's a hit. All right, let's try the little steel chickies. That's a hit. Oh my God, really? It's amazing. It's not uncommon to happen, but it hasn't happened to me in a long time. I put a scope on a 1022 about 20 years ago. It was similar to this, but a little bit nicer, and it shot perfectly right out of the box. You know. It shot perfectly right out of the box. All right. We know it shoots auto match good. Let's load up with some different kinds of rounds. This is Eley Echo Speed 22. Okay. Now, I did a full video on this, and it hasn't been posted yet. And it was very unsatisfactory ammunition on a semi-automatic gun. We tried it on everything. We tried it on everything we had at the time, and I later tried it in Remington Speedmaster, which shoots everything. You know, shorts, longs, and long rifles. And it didn't work in it very well either. But since we got this guy running, let's put 5 rounds of Echo Speed in it and see if we can produce some kind of a result from the cheapest 22 rifle available in America. Hell, far it works in this one. Huh. that's pretty good. That's pretty good. It works in the old $100 Savage. All right. I had some punch left over from a previous video. Let's load a magazine up. Let's load us up some punch. See how it shoots punch, which is actually a Stinger caliber 22. That's right, folks. Punch is Stinger. So why would you say that punch, Federal Punch, is Stinger? Well, because when Stinger came out back in the day, about 30 years ago, CCI inadvertently created a new cartridge classification because the Stinger cartridge, to accommodate the heavier powder load and the lighter bullet, the cartridge itself was slightly longer than .22 long rifle. Yeah. So that created a new cartridge, which SAAMI designated the Society of Ammunition Manufactured Munitions Institute decided that Stinger was its own classification of cartridge. So now Stinger is .22 Stinger ammunition. Now it still says .22 long rifle on the box, and I think they marketed that way to avoid any kind of confusion. Leave it to a YouTube person to try and explain it to the public. Yeah. But it is in fact caliber .22 Stinger, because it's the same length as a caliber .22 Stinger loaded by CCI. Let's see what punch does on the little Mickey Mouse target. And it hits it, it punches it pretty hard. Yep. By God, that's, you know, I'm not replacing my 1022 with this thing, but normally what I do is when I review a gun, I'm A, loaned the gun by a dealer, B, loaned the gun by a private collector, C, loaned the gun or brought the gun by a private individual and used in the video, and then it's taken home. I got 697 videos. I sure as shooting don't own 697 guns. Okay. Works with punch. Now here's that new box. Is that new box? Here is Eley Bench Rest Outlaw. Okay. I have not had a lot of success with this stuff out of semi-auto guns. As a matter of fact, I bought a bunch of this stuff and I've been shooting it through the Henry lever action and so forth, because it didn't seem to want to work good in a .22 semi-automatic gun, even though it clearly states on it that it is semi-auto ammunition. All right, let's load up the old 10-shot. These magazines are interesting because they appear to be cast. They appear to be some kind of cast metal. They're really heavy. And I don't know, they've got a floor plate put in them somehow or another, but it appears to be cast. You can see the flashing marks up and down the ends of it where the mold comes together. I find that very interesting that they would manufacture a magazine by casting it. Well, it's not a hard magazine to load, but the feed lips are very sharp where they meet your thumb, so you have to kind of be careful. I didn't mean for this to turn into a 20-minute video, But it started out to be a video on how to zero a scope on a 22 rifle, and then I was going to do the review of the rifle. That's how this started out. That was my plan. You know, let's see how it works with Eley Outlaw. Uh-oh, there's some movement there. I saw some movement in there somewhere. Oh, there it is. There's my movement. There, it's in that thing there. Yeah. The locking nut for the parallax has come loose. That was my intention, so bear with me. It works with Eley Outlaw. My 1022 doesn't work with Eley Outlaw. It doesn't. It's not good. It's not good that way. Oh, let's see. Auto match, Outlaw, Echo Speed, Punch. Let's try 5 rounds of this stuff. This is Armscar. You see this around pretty much anymore. It got scarce for a while. You didn't see it around much. It got scarce for a while, and then all of a sudden you started seeing it back again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, good. All of a sudden it appeared back, and is comparably priced. You know, it used to be Armscar Ammunition Precision was a bargain basement ammunition. You know, back when I was buying 22s by the carton, which has never stopped. But when I was poor and was just running around in the woods shooting guns and hunting and goofing off with a 22 all the time, I could get precision at Bacon Creek Gun Shop over in Corbin, and Bacon Creek Gun Shop over in Corbin for probably 30% less than anything else. You know, we used to buy it literally by the case, and it was fun ammunition to shoot. All right, let's see how Armscar works. This thing is starting to look like this thing is starting to look like it will digest about anything you put in it. That front gizmo is kind of an aggravation. It's not really. It's not hard to get out. It's just offsetting from accepted societal norms. Yeah, that's the ticket. It identifies as being an aggravation. What's left? Let's shoot 10 stingers and we'll call it a day. I mean, it shoots everything else. I mean, when I saw this thing, I was down at Caney Fork the other day. Me and David Nykirk were talking to the owner, and he says, I ordered a gun by mistake. I wanted to order a kid gun, a couple of kid guns, for birthdays, Christmas, hunting season, things like that, so that it'd have something economically priced. So he bought some of these and sold all of them except the left-handed one. The left-handed one just didn't sell. People just didn't like the left-handed gun. So I'm gonna start calling this thing Billy the Kid. And did I get one in there? Yeah. I'm gonna start calling this gun Billy the Kid. It is it's all right. So that's about it for the old Savage 64F left-handed. I'm saying right now, I don't know what the longevity of this gun is, but if you just need something around the house or around the farm or something out on the houseboat, you know, to shoot a water moccasin with or something of that nature. I've seen these guys on Swamp People. There's one guy out there that has this as his boat gun. You know, he actually kills alligators with. This little Savage. This is, I'm pleased. I'm tickled with it. I've made a long video. I intended to make 2 videos, but I'm pleased with it. It was worth the number of fingers that I paid for it. If you see one around, you just need a general plinking tool gun, this will be ideal. You know, it's $200 cheaper than a 1022 and $400 cheaper than a Speedmaster, you know, and it shoots everything I've tried in it. I mean, you know, so it's worth the money. Well, all right then. Like, date, share, commentate, and subscribe. Leave me $1 in the Patreon book if you want to, and if you don't, I'll keep right on making content for you. God bless America. Check on the old people. Be a good member of the community. Geez, this video's a half hour long. I really appreciate you hanging with me. God bless everyone, and I'll see you when I see you. Bye now.